planning to do Rio de Janeiro without tan lines? Think again. Brazil is famous for tiny bikinis, but throwing it away might get expensive. It's simply illegal. If you want to bear it all, there's only one place to go in Rio, Praia do Abricó. Only one thing. This beach is a tropical paradise, but like any paradise, there may be snakes lurking in the bushes.
It's just something in the look of their eyes. Things are going down. There's a guy
waiting.
Are you ready for this? Not sure you are. Here it is, Rio de Janeiro's most special beach.
Welcome friends to beautiful...
Tá passando ali atrás.
There's a nude guy in the back.
And as you might see, there's something a little special about this beach. What is it?
We are in a nude beach.
This is how you spend a day naked in Rio de Janeiro. Okay?
Heads up, this beach comes with added spice. Perhaps not bring the kids for your first visit. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I don't think there's any other city in the world with such a variety of awesome beaches just around the corner. Any given day, you can sit alone on a towel surrounded only by palm trees, or enjoying a caipirinha and samba beats on a crowded city beach. But they all have one thing in common: bikini has to stay on.
Welcome to Rio, guys! And today will not be the typical beach day. We're gonna dress a little more light. Sabrina! Are you ready for this, Sabrina? It's gonna be fun.
Yes, I love to be naked. So,
And this will not be your first time to a nude beach in Brazil, right?
no.
Was it in Floripa?
Yes. Praia da Galeta. It was really amazing.
Yeah, I actually saw those photos the first time I met Sabrina. And this is totally comfortable for you?
Yes, it is.
Me, not 100% comfortable being naked on camera again.
Yeah, this is starting to become a theme on the channel. I went to that beach in Floripa too.
So Sabrina, we're gonna find you some proper clothes for the cover photo. Oh, what size are you? What size of coconuts? That's good. Try them on.
And a little something for my part of the photo.
No, it's too big. Excuse me, do you have smaller carrots here?
The only problem with this beach, it's kind of hard to reach. You'll need an Uber.
Hot damn! This beach is more than 1 hour outside of town. It's not easy getting a taxi for this.
40 minutes later, we're saved.
Oh yes, finally, the savior. Finally.
The Uber to Abricó costs about $20, but in return you get a full tour of Rio's incredible range of beaches, because you will be passing them all before finally reaching this one.
Yeah, this is a kind of long ride, isn't it? You're getting tired there? Hope the sun is still up when we arrive.
Seriously, try to get up early to fully enjoy your stay in paradise.
Just around this bend is the nude beach. That, my friends, is the end of Rio. That's the end of the city. Nothing happens after. We are literally at the edge of civilization.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are finally there.
This is it. Are you ready?
Yes. Woo,
Time, time to get naked. Nature, here we come. And obviously we're gonna be very careful about filming here.
I am so nervous about this video. But before entering the nude beach, I just want to mention it's right next to my favorite beach in Rio, Praia do Grumari. If you have some time on your hands, divide your stay between these two. But remember to keep your clothes on for this one. And if you want to know how I made $14,200 just using my phone, follow my other Insta account, Painless Profits. And I can tell you this much, it was not through YouTube. I took a course teaching how to make money simply by posting on Instagram. Something anyone can do. Okay, we dragged this out long enough. Time to actually get down to that beach. Entry is totally free. All you gotta bring is something to drink and perhaps a snack. There is a restaurant, but it will cost you.
So far, people seem to have clothes on.
Yes, this is important to know. First half of Abricó is just a normal family beach. Do not throw your clothes here.
So the nude part is just behind these rocks.
In hindsight, it's mind-blowing these two exist right next to each other. If only those families knew what was going on.
This is a beautiful beach. I'm getting a little nervous. You see any naked people? I see naked people.
Oh yeah, you will know when you've arrived.
Yeah, it feels colder here. It does feel a little cold. So we now see a mix of people totally naked and people with clothes.
I'm starting to feel maybe I belong to that family side after all.
I can say this much, the guys around here are professionals. They don't have any tan marks.
One thing must be said about Praia do Abricó. Just like the other nude beaches in Brazil, it's absolutely stunning.
Excellent.
And now only one thing remains.
So, now time for that awkward part. Let's get naked. We're gonna put some strip music on this part. Little Chippendales music. Where's the strip pole? Yeah, people are already looking. That's fine. Well, I guess the last part's gonna go as well. That's it. Full Monty on the beach. Okay, I'm butt naked here. I think it's your turn. All right. Officially naked. How does it feel?
It's good.
Just remember, I gotta put some sunscreen on particular parts here. Gotta protect what's precious.
So, are you up for some Rio adventures? I'm finally offering travel help and guided tours. My Secret Gems party event safety training help with the ladies, anything you need to make your stay unforgettable. Check description for details. And to know what's going on here in Rio on a daily basis, don't forget to follow my Insta account Swedish Gringo. And for Sabrina's Insta, check description. Meanwhile, I'm trying to handle the panic of being naked in public.
Alright, it's never been this important having sunscreen on your body. Protecting your precious parts from the sun. Don't forget to protect your back. No bacon tonight. Let's go make nude friends.
I'm not quite there yet. Let's wait a beer or two.
You ready for a swim? To be honest, it's only like 22 degrees today. It's not the best day for taking a swim in.
Not bad.
Okay, come on then. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're gonna have a little shrinkage problem here. I need to check the water out.
And you know what? Sabrina wasn't wrong here. This is not bad. Not bad at all.
No, you were right. Much better than expected.
And that's all it takes to suddenly be totally comfortable being recorded like a zoo animal. About the beach, it's so much more pristine and relaxed than I first thought. But don't forget to bring some music.
The nude section of this beach is, I'd say, half a kilometer long. You can walk the whole stretch in less than 5 minutes. And as I'm walking here in the sand, I can just feel the hungry gaze from, people a little interested in the gringo on the beach. And for you guys who are a little shy, you are actually allowed to wear normal swim clothes here as well. On this section, clothing is optional. So you can actually start wearing your normal beach clothes and then just take it off as you get more and more comfortable.
I hate giving advice like this, but if you're a woman, it's probably best bringing someone along.
So what kind of people come to this beach? Well, I gotta say, today it's particularly cold for Rio, so there's not a lot of people at all. But I'd say, yeah, there is definitely a majority of men here. I can see just a couple of other young women. We might be like 30 people in total on the whole beach. I've now counted about 85% guys.
In total, Brazil only has 8 official nude beaches, and Abricó is the only one in Rio de Janeiro. Locals have come here to wipe out tan marks for over 80 years.
So how does it feel?
It feels really nice. The sun and this amazing view with my amazing friend.
Life is good. So why are we in a nude beach in Rio de Janeiro? The thing is, as liberal as Brazil may seem, it's actually conservative in its essence, right?
Yes, it is.
And one thing you're definitely not allowed to do in Brazil is throw your clothes at the beach. What would actually happen if a girl takes her top off at a regular beach here in Rio?
É ilegal, é crime. It's illegal. It's very conserva.
If you
Yes.
take your clothes off, people will look at you in a sexual way.
Yes. Or be mad, or be babacas.
So if a girl comes to Ipanema, takes her top off, the police could actually come and give
Yes,
her...
because it's illegal. It's a crime. Girls don't do it.
All right. Let's play some music. Enjoy the sun. Let's get this party poppin'. Nothing like being nude, having a little caipirinha flavored skull beans. Gin?
It's gin.
Ah, well, it's alcohol. Saúde. Saúde. Yes, a little alcohol sure helps to get comfortable around here. But keep that beer cold if you want to share it.
Brahma is okay, but warm Brahma? No. Sabrina naturista. I love being naked.
But one thing about being naked, you suddenly become much more aware of how your body looks.
There we go.
Yep, 3 drinks was all it took. I am now fully adapted to the lifestyle of a full-fledged nudist. I am never going back to normal life again. Have you noticed the guys looking at you here on the beach? Do you feel like they're observing you?
No, I didn't notice anything. It's
No.
really nice.
I've also heard non-confirmed stories about being here after sunset. When the sun goes down and the evening arrives, according to my intel, people are occasionally having, beer. So far, no signs of that. I mean, it's just a normal beach. The only difference is you're not wearing anything at all.
It's a normal place.
So Ryan, our cameraman here, how do you feel, Ryan?
Well, I feel kind of weird, but you know, I guess we're at the nude beach.
Are you gonna take your clothes off as well?
Yeah, why not, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Strip time. Total freedom. So Ryan, how are you adapting to this naked new reality?
Yeah, so with this, I'm just kind of taking it in. I'm doing my breath work, my deep breathing. I'm relaxing. I feel good. And if you feel some kind of a fear, sometimes you have to go into that fear and try to conquer it.
I'd say Ryan is doing a pretty decent job at conquering that fear. Proud of you, buddy. So Sabrina, what happened last time you were at a nude beach?
Yeah, like that guy behind the rock right now.
Oh no, there's a
He's
guy.
masturbating.
Is he masturbating looking at you, or is he just masturbating?
Yes.
He is now? As we're speaking, there's a guy masturbating?
Yes.
Wow. That's not
No
okay.
problem.
I get a little angry hearing that. You're supposed to come here and enjoy, and
It will happen. That's the only problem, I think. But the rest of the experience is really nice.
when you're naked here, you're also, being sexualized more.
Yes. Even in a bikini, imagine being naked.
Yeah, Brazilian guys, you have a little to learn there. When at a nude beach, leave that boner at home. I am pretty upset about this, but Sabrina wouldn't let it ruin our day, so we decided to give them a little show. Ready to pose. That cover photo wasn't gonna happen by itself, and judging by our growing audience, we were doing a pretty good job. Yes, this is the weirdest beach visit of my life. But with these things happening, it kind of felt like the innocence of this place was lost a little. If I still recommend it, I do. It is a long ride, but just being here in the wild, open, beautiful space of sand and sun without a thread on your body, it's liberating. It's an experience. But it makes sense leaving this beach in time. You'll see. Yeah, it is starting to get a little late here. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to put sunscreen on my nose, but I did prioritize the important parts.
It's great. I want to come another day. Come to Abricó, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Come!
It's honestly gonna feel a little weird wearing clothes again.
Now the sad part is putting on clothes. I want to stay like this forever.
Yep. Getting back to normal, civilized life. It actually feels good having pants on. And now I saw a guy having an erection looking at me. So the weird thing, as we are getting ready to leave, more and more people are arriving. And it's just something in the look of their eyes that says it's not the sunset they're waiting for.
Because in all fairness, sun goes down on the other side.
You can feel it as well, right? It seems to be a gathering of men coming for the evening, for some kind of activity.
Some kind of activity.
They're probably coming here for surfing lessons.
Yes!
The waves are better at night, right?
Yes.
Things are happening over here.
Just a gringo and 5 guys touching their privates. Yes, it is getting much more sexual here at the beach right now.
Let's get the heck out of here before we get invited to something we can't really handle. My eyes have seen more than my brain can process for one day. Returning to this restaurant suddenly feels a little unreal. Normal life just keeps rolling on the other side of the fence. And it's one pretty incredible restaurant, although I was first told another story about it.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to find a bunch of naked people sitting here dining and drinking.
And I actually asked the waiter and he said that is the way it used to be before, but rules.
Well, you can't get it all, can you?
Caipirinha de nudismo.
Saúde.
And it is good. It is good.
I just can't stop thinking about it.
Families are enjoying a good time with their children. 20 meters away, there's nude men touching their private parts. It's interesting. It's crazy. All right, let's get naked again.
Don't kill me!
No, that's quite enough for today. I need to get this footage out of my phone before I'm arrested. See you in Rio. And don't forget to hit me up for some safety training and ground rules before you arrive. It will make your stay smoother and definitely more fun. Thanks for watching and be safe.